higher cases of coronavirus. CBS News chief congressional correspondent Nancy Cordes spoke to renters about their uncertain future.
Renters visited a church on Houston's East Side Tuesday, hoping for legal advice on how to avoid eviction.
I'd be homeless. I'd be with nobody to help.
In Houston alone, more than 17,000 evictions have been initiated since the pandemic began. 300,000 or more could be coming if the federal moratorium on evictions is allowed to expire.
It's just out of my hands, basically.
That has David Flores worried. His construction work has dried up and his wife's unemployment has run out.
Whatever little income we do come across, we have to separate it between whatever bills that we are able to pay or whatever little gas we're able to put in the vehicle. It's just hard.
As cries for rent relief grow louder, experts say eviction isn't just an economic issue. One recent study found that more than 400,000 coronavirus cases and 10,000 deaths were linked to the expiration of various state eviction protections over the summer.
Housing is health care.
Diane Yantel leads the National Low-Income Housing Coalition.
I think it's very clear what the consequences will be if Congress does not provide an extended eviction moratorium and substantial rental assistance, and that is a tsunami of evictions.
She's pushing for Congress to add $100 billion in rental assistance to any COVID relief deal.
What has this eviction moratorium done to landlords? Because they're not all fat cats. A lot of them rely on this rental income for their own families.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, especially the small landlords. And that's why emergency rental assistance is so essential. It helps the renters pay the rent and it helps the landlords pay the bills.
Without it, even a federal moratorium can't prevent all evictions.
The CDC order actually only stops eviction cases that are based on non-payment of rent. So what that means is if there are other breaches of the lease, the landlord can potentially proceed.
Houston lawyer Jonna Treble represents dozens of renters through Lone Star Legal Aid. She's bracing for a flood of evictions if the protections do expire in 3 weeks.
All the cases from the last 4 months are going to come back to life instantly. If there was previously a constable on the way to the home to remove the tenant family, those will pick right back up where they left off.
I have no money for rent.
Chris Levy racked up multiple warnings from his landlord in Orlando, but just managed to pay off thousands in back rent with help from a national charity, which gave him a few months of breathing room.
I have a 7-year-old daughter. It's life or death for me, really.
Well, President